Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded 2 video, where today I'm answering another one of those community requests, and that is, Sim, can you give us some builds that are good to take on Axel with? And I'm here to tell you, absolutely. So let's get in and talk about it. I got a couple of different tips before we get into the actual builds that you're going to be using, and then I'll go through and fight Axel with each one of the builds and show you guys how good they can be. So, first things first is a couple of tips. One, don't have your buggy out when you're fighting Axel. Only use him to move around in the arena if you so need to move faster. 2, make yourself some sort of food, maybe like a Larvanya. Larvanya are great. They give you weak point damage, and seemingly you're going to be climbing up on the back of Axel and attacking his weak point. It's going to make it all the better for you. Okay? Third thing, make sure that you actually have the roach roast. And finally, if you want to get Axel's rare trinket that drops from him, because yes, Axel has 2 trinkets. If you get the rare trinket that drops from him, the Night Stalker's Bane, the Venom trinket that helps you do even more poison damage, right? If you want that, I would suggest that you go through and make yourself a stuffed Axel if you've already beat him down a few times. But with that aside, let's talk about what you're going to need to prep up before you go. First things first, getting yourself some Scorpion Oat smoothies is going to be an excellent shout. You go out and get those, and it's going to help you reduce down venom damage and heal a decent amount. And then finally, if you guys can, get yourself Mithridism upgraded at least once or twice. It's going to help you not take as much poison damage when Axel gets into his 3rd stage. So, with that aside, my other mutations that I like to use here depends on the build, but really, the base ones are going to be Trapper Peeper if you have it, but if not, Cardio Fan and Mithridism. As for passive mutations, having Parrymaster unlocked all the way up is another really good idea. Now, let's talk the builds themselves. The first one that I'm going to talk to you guys about here is going to be my wizard build. Now, my wizard build is just my standard wizard build here. It looks like this, right? It's going to have the snake armor, all 3 pieces, the wither sting all the way upgraded, and using the Bale Scale trinket. The Bale Scale trinket gives you Candy Overlord. Staff attacks increase flat damage to their corresponding candy element, stacking up to 5 times until you change weapons or exit combat. So that means as you're in this big old fight with Axel, you should be doing a lot of damage to him. Now, as a reminder, Axel himself is not resistant to acid damage. He's also not resistant to slashing damage or crushing damage. We'll talk more about this when that goes on through the builds that I've made for you guys. But that aside, let's get in here and let's actually fight Axel with this build that I have right here. Now, Axel comes in 3 different stages. So the 3 different stages of Axel are going to be the first one where he's just going to go generally attack and jump around. That's going to be his first stage. Now, the first stage of Axel is definitely the easiest stage for Axel, but you're going to want to make sure that you're perfect blocking as often as you can. Trust me, you're going to want those perfect blocks. And then just go through and just keep attacking him. Dodge his legs the best that you can, because you can't perfect block those legs very easily. So just get that in there. Make sure you go through, heal yourself up by bringing all your heals with you. And watch that stamina bar, because if you run out of stamina, you're going to not be able to perfect block. Now, with this aside, we've gone through and we've defeated Axel's first stage. Now he's going to get into his 2nd stage. Axel's 2nd stage, he's going to do the exact same thing, except his combos are going to get a little bit faster, and he's going to start doing a like hair attack. So this is it. How you do this is as soon as you see the hairs in front of you, just dodge forward. There we go. That one's new. A little double stab right there. Watch out for that one. Just get those perfect blocks in. It's kind of like fighting a wolf spider. So just watch out for that. And just go through and do as much damage as you can to him. And thankfully, with this build, you could go through and do quite a bit of damage. Okay, and we're just about to get him into stage 3 here. And once he gets into stage 3, he becomes a little bit worse. Here's that hair attack again. Like I said, as soon as you see those hairs get near you, just dodge once right towards him, and you should be able to take him down, like dodge that. It will poison you if you get hit by it. And now we're into stage 3. Stage 3 here, he's going to get even faster, and he's going to start doing a bull rush attack. But before that happens, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of an arena here where you have to go through and fight some caterpillars, because Axel will eat these caterpillars to heal himself, and you want to try to avoid that. He's going to tend to get at least one of them, may even get 2. After a while here, he's going to drop down a group of enemies that are going to end up in the middle here. You're going to see him drop down right about now. Okay. Now, these enemies that are here, okay, you can use Axel to kill them all, by the way. If you stand near one of these outside points like this, Axel will slam down and kill everything that's anywhere near you. So you can use that to help you get through this fight a little bit faster. Now, once you've wiped out everything here, you just have to wait a minute and Axel will come back. So you got to fight everything. Thankfully, with the staff and the bale scale and all that, you can do a lot of damage. Then Axel's going to come back. He's going to pop out from probably right over there, but I guess he's over here. And here's his rush attack. How you do this is you just dodge out of the way. Just dodge to the left or right, and then get right back in there and damage him again. Now notice how his attacks got faster. Okay? Be ready for that. He's also going to do a lot more venom damage if you get hit. This is where those Scorpidotes come into handy. Okay? Get your blocking on. Make sure you heal up. Watch your health bar. And then you should be able to take out Axel. No problem at all. And just like that, we've defeated Axel. He's already taken down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't even take my Larvania because using the wizard build, it doesn't really stun him that much. But I'll show you stunning with the fighter build next. So the fighter build itself, guys, the fighter build's fairly simple. Biggest thing is going to be the pinch whacker, using any shield. I would suggest that you throw on either the blistering boiler or maybe the thing that allows you to swing faster, the cricket trinket. Maybe using that guy would be a good one for you to use. I like to keep my hot dog on from time to time whenever I'm trying just to get food, but this isn't a bad trinket right here, the blistering boiler. It gives you finale blast wave. In other words, you're going to be doing some fire damage or spicy damage. Axel is not resistant to spicy damage, so it's just a little bit more damage you can do to him. It's a decent trinket. Head is going to be the lucky hat because it gives you 20% more damage on anything that's not green, and Axel is not green. And then the body is going to be 2 pieces of snail gear. This is just to give you the most defense. Like I said, guys, this is not meant to be the most powerful build in the game for you to go fight him. This is meant to be something that's going to give you a decent ability in order to fight him and do it easily. So that's what this is for. And the bonus that you get for these is block stun, applies stun damage to target when you block. So all in all, excellent ability for you to go through and use these 2 pieces of armor to help stun Axel a little bit more. And then finally, take your Larvania before you go through and fight him. Now, how do mutations change? Honestly, guys, nothing changes here on mutations. Add what you want for what you want, but really, those 3 are going to be the big ones. Really, it's Cardiofan and Mithridism are really going to be the ones that are going to help you. Now, having your passive mutations are going to help you out a lot in this fight. Being upgraded, like having, you know, Crusher and stuff like that for the clubs, or if you're going to use daggers or sickles, assassin, you know, stuff like that, things that are going to help you. I would suggest you just go through and do those. What is going on with your hitbox, Axel? I was going to say, I can't hit him. That was weird. Alright, well, let's just get him beat down here really quick until I get him stunned. There, he's stunned right there. Never mind. So here we go. You're going to jump right up on his back, and then you're going to come over here. He's got this weak point on his back. You just want to beat this up as much as you can. Make sure you don't stay on his back, though, if you do that, because he'll do this. And if he does that, it will kill you if you're on his back. so you want to avoid that. Here we are into round 2, and then we're going to get into round 3. I'm just going to take him down here, and then, yeah, we'll be ready to look at the third build. And there we are. There's Axel dead one more time. Now, the last build that I have for you guys here is definitely going to be my favorite, where we're going to be going on and doing an assassin build. Now, this assassin build that I have for you guys here, honestly, is not that bad. It is a decent one. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Sim, why did you go for the Dusk Blades instead of something like the Icicles or the Wolf's Fang Daggers? I did this because of 3 different reasons. 1, they're slashing weapons, so that takes the Wolf's Fang Daggers out because those are piercing or stabbing weapons, and Axel is resistant to both stabbing and venom damage, so the Wolf's Fang Daggers are not the best for this. Then I took out the Icicles because he's also resistant to fresh damage. So I went for something that's going to be not only where he's not resistant to the damage for you as a build for you to use for an assassin, but also, I went with something that's also going to give you Desperate Defense. Now, Desperate Defense increases your defense while you have low health, so in case you take too many hits, it's going to help you out. Now, the build that I've gone through and done is 3 pieces of Mantis Gear, because honestly, the Mantis Gear is just a really, really good basic rogue build for you to get into, and then the Trinket is, once again, the Blistering Boiler, giving you Finale Blast Wave, because he's not resistant to fire damage, so you might as well use that fire damage. As for mutations, nothing has changed, just Mithridism. Get yourself the Trap Paper if you can, and also going through and using Cardio Fan. But let's go through and let's beat him down here one more time. Now, I have gone through and upgraded this gear, so that way it also gives me extra Venom resistance. So I'm going to be even more resistant to Venom on Axel this time. I'm going to be even more able to do a lot of damage to him. So all in all, let's just go through and fight him here, and let's see what kind of damage that we can do to him, shall we? Okay, so I figure we're about halfway through the fight, so I'm going to swap over to the Icicles and show you guys that these guys are a viable alternative if you want to use something that's not the Dusk Blades. If you're looking to use something else, you can use these guys. They do the work as well. Just be aware that Axel is resistant to that fresh damage that's on these guys, so you're still going to do a decent amount of damage, but it's just not going to be where you were with like the Pinchwhacker or the Acid Ruins, or, you know, the staff that you're using. All right. And just like that, we're going to go through and beat down Axel one more time. And there he is, nice and dead. Grab up that loot. And guys, that's how you go through and beat Axel with 3 different easy to use, not too bad to make armor sets that are going to help you guys go out and be able to take on Axel confidently and take him down. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.